If you vote correctly, then only the Blackened will be punished. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides me, Blackened. And that person will earn the rights to leave this island. And man, I'm actually starting to get my voice back.
I don't really have a grasp of how this case played out. But with all the cases we've got, we have a chance for who the killer is.
Well, 6 of us alive were in the hotel, but once we put the pieces together, we could see who it is. Well, I was probably alone in the hospital when we put both bodies together.
Let's begin when we split into the hospital team and motel team, because of the disparities.
The hospital team consists of Ibuki and Akane, who were infected, and Nagito, Hajime, and Katsuichi. The other 7 on the motel team were myself, Gundam, Teruteru, Nekomaru, Fuihiko, Mahiro, and Chiaki.
Spending the night at the hospital was restricted, so me, Kazuichi, and Nagito had to sleep in our cottages.
And I just woke up on my own, no night income whatsoever, though Kazuichi had a problem during the night.
I was at the hospital first, and Kazuichi and Ibuki were missing from the hospital. Akane was there with Vince and checked on her.
And when I came, the surveillance camera unit was blinking, and me and Hajime turned on the monitor. What appeared on screen was... a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a handbag on their head, climbing a ladder. So I rushed to the music venue to see if I was on time, and Hajime warned the others about what happened.
So, we're going to explain what happened next.
As soon as I got there, Katsuichi's body was already hanging from the ceiling. And the only reason why Hajime rushed to the motel...
because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospitals, there were no infections there.
And then I came along as well, just to alert you guys that Katsuichi was at the music venue. The only ones who came with me and Hajime are the girls, Mahiru and Chiaki.
Well, considering the fact that none of the girls who were in the hospital came because of the disease, shows that safety right there.
But when us 4 went to the music venue, the door didn't open. Since we had no other option, the 4 of us broke down the door.
And that's when we saw not only Katsuichi's body, but Fuihiko's.
And not only that, his body was taped into a pillar.
And that's when we heard both body discovery announcements in a row.
And then we decided to lower Katsuichi's body, because if we kept it hanging in there, it would be sad. And then Ibuki came to see what was going on. That's because both body discovery announcements were played, so that's when I was horrified when both bodies were there.
So this is how the case played out.
I know Nagito isn't the killer, because me and him were in the hospital.
So that means me and Hajime had an alibi.
And the only reason why he didn't kill Kazuichi.
The only reason why I didn't kill Katsuichi is because... it's because I didn't buy a movie ticket from the handbag. For the handbag.
That is true. He didn't went to the movie theater at all.
No, that didn't take care of how the killer locked the door in the music venue.
There could be a reason why the door to the music venue was blocked off.
Well, we know the killer is not it's not a heavy thing, but it's one.
right, Byakuya. The killer actually locked the door from the outside because of the semi-transparent glob.
Because there was only one entrance to the music venue. If the killer did it inside, it would have made it much easier for us to know who it is. But the only question is, what type of glob is it?
The type of glob that was used to lock the door is... That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
Glue?
Can you go back because I couldn't even read the first part.
Glue?
I think so too. It had a firm gel-like chewiness, and I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth. Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
Is glue edible?
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it on the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And the only reason why the door was like that, to make it look like it was locked. What did you say?
Also, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? It was obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer plays it as a diversion.
Are you saying that the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose?
We can all say we fell for a trap on that one.
So, during the 10 minutes, Nagito left the venue, the killer murdered Fuyuhiko and created a closed space?
They also taped him out to kill him, correct? That's not easy to do when there's a 10-minute gap when Nagito left the music venue and went back. So when Nagito got to the venue, only Kazuichi's body was there, right? That's when he went back with everyone else. Fuyuhiko's body was there too, right? It would be possible that Fuyuhiko was killed earlier. Just revealed? The body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too.
Let me guess. It's the scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the Balls and Lightning at the music venue?
Correct. But what is this scrap anyway?
Yeah, scrap that was stuck on the baton lighting during the music venue. That type of paper is... That scrap. I think it is part of a wallpaper in the storage room. In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so...
If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lightning with the tear in the wallpaper, it does mean the killer tore it up and used something for it.
I think the reason why I didn't see Fuyuko's body is because it was hidden. Does that feel lucky?
But it wouldn't have taken a long time to tape up a hidden body.
Okay, but in all seriousness, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar, using the wallpaper.
What? They hit the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper on the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Kazuichi's body, Fuyuhiko's body was already there. However, because it was concealed within a slightly large pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
I guess that is understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you notice Kazuichi's body right away.
So, they used fading lighting on the ceiling to paint wallpaper.
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar, so it makes sense to use it to hang the wallpaper.
And the only reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar. You're not wrong, Mahiru.
So that's how they hit Fuyuhiko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. So because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting. The killer must have been in a hurry. If their plan took too long, Nagito could have walked in on them while I was on alert, the others at a motel.
So you're going to the trouble of hiding the body, and the pillar is both bold and risky.
But the crime itself would be so much easier to pull off since they don't have much time while Nagito was gone. All they have to do is peel off the wallpaper and stash it in the storage room.
Then when was Fuyuhiko actually killed?
That's actually a good point. It's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once, but what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Mononoke in 2.5D?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
You're pretty lazy. For someone who eats moss balls.
I don't eat moss balls. I enjoy looking at them. So there are similarities. It must be intentional. Katsuichi's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Fuyuhiko getting taped up after his death matches the lion's death.
If it says both crimes were replicas of the scenes from that movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was amputated.
So this answers the question. Why did the killer go all this trouble in the first place?
The reason the killer imitated the two victims in that movie is... The reason the killer imitated two of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
You're saying Fuyuhiko was actually killed before Katsuichi?
Valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Kazuichi's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Kazuichi's body.
What makes you think I'm crying?
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right?
An even bigger jerk? Impossible.
Look, Kazuichi died because he hanged himself, right? That means when he was still alive, his feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Kazuichi was still standing when Fuyuhiko was killed. That would mean Fuyuhiko was killed before Kazuichi.
This continues, we're just gonna talk in circles. It's best if we clarify Kazuichi's status when Fuyuhiko was killed.
When Fuyuhiko died, Kazuichi's feet were on the floor.
Until the president was evidence.
being robbed. If his feet were on the floor, could this mean that there was a
I agree with that. Just like Boogie said, Kazuichi stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on his shoes.
blood? It's obvious not Katsuichi's blood, but because the Monokuma file said that he suffered no external injuries.
And it's at Fuyuhiko's?
Fuyuhiko's only wound was a fatal slice on his neck, and he died almost instantly, right?
Sorry if I missed what you guys said. I fainted. If Katsuichi stepped on Fuyuhiko's blood,
It means Katsuichi was still standing when Fuyuhiko was mortality wounded. And it means... on second thought, he could have been knocked out.
Okay, I feel like you're going on the wrong path.
No, I'm saying it because the killer could have knocked him out in his cottage.
Knocked out?
Because when I heard it before I went to sleep, maybe it's the reason when I heard his scream. And I think he would have woken up at the exact moment Fuyuhiko was killed.
the reasoning is out of focus. What makes you think Katsuichi is still alive and Fuyuhiko got murdered?
Are you asking for rebuttals?
Either you gotta learn the truth for you, or you have to focus.
Are you saying the blood on Katsuichi's blood is good?
Try to remember the time there was no blood on the floor.
I'll cut through those words. The reason why there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterwards.
Considering the fact that while it wasn't 100% wiped off, the killer was trying to clean it up. So in theory, Katsuichi already stepped in it, and the killer didn't realize it.
So the reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we mixed up the order of the murders, right? Even if they were able to hide Fuyuhiko's body, it'd be a bad idea if his blood was left out in the open. Besides, Katsuichi's body was left out in the open. It wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Fuyuhiko's body was wrapped in duct tape to stop his bleeding.
If Nikon was here, she would say the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating.
That is true. It would be too hot in the music venue, so it could screw up her autopsy results.
So if the time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file, just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep, since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Fuyuhiko was killed before Kazuichi.
It appears that he is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then, but regardless of good or evil, there is no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Is it okay if I want to run by Monokuma first?
Again, didn't something like this happen last time?
If the victim committed suicide, What are we supposed to do?
Suicide?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all. Yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no blacking to punish.
Okay.
What makes you say that, Hajime?
Because what if Kazuichi killed Fuyuhiko, and then Kazuichi committed suicide?
Okay, so the imitation murder. The reason the killer did an imitation murder is the reason other than falsifying the murder sequence. Does something like that even exist?
So we know the killer can't kill 3 people because of Monokuma's rule. So the killer has the limitation on that. Just try to remember the content of the movie. The line that got killed second. Even though it's an imitation, the line was actually pinned by arrows, right? But Fuyuhiko's body was suspended by duct tape.
I'm guessing they used something as a substitute because it's hard to imitate the arrows.
Well, that's probably it. But that attitude is what makes us feel incomplete. If falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the start, they should have taken steps to probably imitate it.
So the killer didn't quite accurately did well with the murder plan.
Fuyuhiko's murder wasn't.
What?
Fuyuhiko's murder wasn't planned?
It's not just poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
Strange details? Like what?
Why did Fuyuhiko go to the music venue?
Why did Fuyuhiko go to the music venue? You're saying the truth behind Fuyuhiko's murder was hidden? The only reason why Fuyuhiko went to the music venue. Fuyuhiko went to the music venue on his own free will.
Well, I guess that's fair. Unlike Kyoko, who wears a kimono, Fuyuhiko wears his outfit properly.
Which is the reason why the killer hid his motel room key in the spot we saw it, his necktie.
So the killer probably couldn't have assumed that Fuyuhiko would go to the music venue.
Even if the killer couldn't predict it, what if Fuyuhiko just killed him?
The only thing I can think of is, it was an unfortunate coincidence.
Coincidence?
When he went to the venue by himself, he was probably just unlucky and walked in on the crime scene.
So, he was killed because he fell for a trap.
It probably happened when the killer was preparing to kill Kazuichi. The killer most likely placed the handbag over his head and without hesitation
Killed Fuyuhiko.
because the killer used that coincidence for their crime. It made this case even trickier.
That's the reason he imitated the movie to falsify the murder sequence.
Which means that low-down Sorrel didn't plan on committing imitation murders at first.
Then what was the killer actually planning to do? They've been committing this far. There's no way they kill Kazuichi without a plan.
The killer's plan from the beginning. Pretty sure they were very, very close. Hey Hajime, any ideas?
Are you gonna be silent all this time?
So I was thinking,
What are you thinking, Hajime?
what if Kazuichi didn't commit suicide?
What are you talking about?
Because considering the fact that the person on the video was wearing a hospital gown, and another thing, there was blood on his shoes, and there's one thing why his shoes had blood.
The only reason why Kazuichi's shoes were covered in blood. I got it. If Kazuichi used a stepladder to hang himself, it's strange there wasn't any footprints on it.
Huh? There weren't?
Yeah, the stepladder was completely clean. No footprints or bloodstains at all.
You really noticed such a small detail. How beautiful. You really are the ultimate lucky student.
Why do I feel like he's acting like me previously all of a sudden? Clearly saw the video with me. Hajime Hinata. Definitely someone I shouldn't underestimate.
Unless there was something funny about the video.
Something strange? The only thing that is strange about the stepladder in the video is... Chiaki, you're right. There is something strange about that stepladder. It's true that the steps on the stepladder weren't dirty, but on one side, there was a blood stain right on the left side of the stepladder. There weren't any bloodstains on the stepladder in the video. It was completely clean. Even so, the stepladder was a part of the crime scene and had blood on it.
It's possible those two stepladders were completely different.
Wait, you're saying that there are two stepladders? If the stepladder was found at the crime scene at the music venue, where could the other one be?
The only reason why the stepladder is different... I got it! Besides the stepladder, the filming location must have been different too.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, the video me and Hajime saw was not filmed at the music venue. It was filmed somewhere else.
That explains why Kazuichi didn't wear a hospital gown.
So, the killer brought the camera from the music video. With it, they made me and Hajime think it was live feed from the music video, when it was actually somewhere else.
Then, only the monitor was left in music venue?
Yes, at least when I first discovered Kazuichi's body. But when Fuyuhiko's body appeared, the killer probably put the camera back too.
That means you should have realized that from the start and made this easier on all of us. He did discover the body. I don't think his attention was focused on the camera.
That's true, but in order to hide that the camera was missing, the killer did one more thing to the remaining monitor. The killer smashed the monitor to pieces, destroying it. As long as it was in pieces, we wouldn't be able to tell if the camera was actually there or not. My attention was focused on the body that even I couldn't have noticed something like that.
And the moment Nakito left the music venue, the killer put back the camera they took.
And they destroyed it and left that in pieces as well.
It's easy to say that it was filmed somewhere else, but the surveillance camera's condition wasn't that strong.
Even if it was filmed in another place, as long as it was transmitting to the hospital, the range would be pretty limited. If that's the case, there was the video filmed that to make it look like it was filmed at the music venue. The only possibility is it's possible that it was filmed at the hospital conference room.
The conference room?
That's why the killer did something to make those two places resemble each other. And there's one piece that fits it.
What makes you think it's the conference? Besides the video.
I agree with that. What the killer did was make the music venue, the crime scene look like the conference room. They did that by using a black curtain hanging on the back of the stage. And from what I can tell, there used to be a really flashy curtain. But after the incident, it became a black curtain that didn't seem to be in the right size.
That's right. So it was half-assed just like Monami.
Oh yeah? Well, your face looks stupid.
That curtain was closed, so the music venue would look like a conference room?
In actuality, even though the curtain in the conference room doesn't stand out, it is a black light blocking curtain that's long enough to reach the floor. In the conference room, the floor of that room is the same color as the music venue stage.
Matching floors, matching curtains. I guess it makes sense you mistake the two.
But that's not all. There should be something else the killer did to tamper with the evidence.
Something else the killer did to make the music venue look like a conference room. It's gotta be that. I got it. You're referring to the candle in the music venue. In the video me and Hajime saw, the candle was used for the lighting. But if you think about it, that's pretty strange. The music venue has a good lighting, so there's no reason to even use a candlelight.
Wouldn't they have done it to make it feel creepier?
That might have been another reason, but the main reason was probably to tamper with the evidence. The lighting in both the conference room and the music venue are so different, they couldn't be used during filming. That's why the killer used a candle as a filming lighting instead.
Are you saying the candle in the music venue wasn't actually used?
That candle was likely placed there to just make me and Hajime think it was the same candle that was used in the video.
With candlelight, you can't see things in that much detail. Maybe they were going for that effect. But with the camera so cheap, it won't capture much in a dark area.
As long as this all matches up, it should have been no problem to say this is decided. The video me and Hajime saw wasn't filmed in a music venue. It was actually filmed in the hospital conference room.
If the video was filmed in the conference room, could this mean that Katsuichi was killed there? No, that's not possible. Because when Nagito and Hajime saw that video, Nagito discovered Katsuichi's body at the music venue.
That video was filmed at the conference room, but Katsuichi's body was at the music venue. The one that was fake is... The person wearing a handbag in the video wasn't Katsuichi. Because considering the fact that one in the video had a hospital gown while Katsuichi didn't, I think they were pretending to be the victim. They forgot to push a hospital gown on Katsuichi.
So during that time, Kazuichi must have been already dead. The actual time of death must have been earlier, probably around midnight or dawn, to avoid witnesses.
If they killed Katsuichi from the music venue to the hospital to kill them, there's no way it happened during the day.
So that is what happened. There's no matter how quickly it ran, it was impossible for me to rescue Katsuichi. And on that moment, I was already in the killer's trap. And the only one who set the trap for me was... So earlier, when me and Hajime went to the hospital, Akane was the only other one there. The only person who was not there other than Katsuichi is... Ibuki.
So you're saying Ibuki was the one who killed both Kazuichi and Fuyuhiko?
What? I killed both boys?
And you were there in the hospital, just not in your room. And you're the only one who was in the conference room. Is that also a coincidence?
What?
Doesn't I put the hospital gown that you prepared in advance, put on the bag on your head, and began filming? By doing that, you made up the video that you tried to hang yourself at the music venue. And showed that to me, both and Hajime.
Whoa, what?
Furthermore, me and Hajime saw the video at the hospital lobby. Someone wants to go to the conference room from outside and have to pass through the hobby. But in this case, because you had the spare disease at the time, you probably had a rope with you and used something to knock Katsuichi out, and used the rope to kill him.
Not only that, but the other person in the hospital, Akane, was delirious from the spare disease.
Wait, but that means...
Hold on a second. Why am I the killer? Are you sure Ibuki is the killer? It's not what you think.
What about the rope that was used to hang Kazuichi? There wasn't any ropes at the music venue before the crime scene. That means they got it from the supermarket. And if they got it from the supermarket, that means it was brand new, correct?
What makes you say that?
Look at this rope that was in the crime scene. Near the middle of the rope, it's frayed as if it was rubbed strongly. The only reason why it was like this is because it wasn't about to snap, but because the loop Kazuichi used to hang himself on the other end of the rope. And the part of the rope that hung from the baton light is on the other end. So the killer wrapped the rope around Kazuichi's neck, pulled both ends at full strength and strangled him. The center of the rope is frayed because that is the part they used to strangle Kazuichi.
And the only reason why Ibuki looked like she didn't kill both Kazuichi and Fuyuhiko after the both bodies' discovery announcements played.
What's going on here? I heard some... blah 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 blah.
That's because she didn't have the disturbances at the time. When she had the disturbances, I think she acted crazy and strangled Kazuichi and killed Fuyuhiko. So that's why she doesn't remember when it's gone.
But wait, if Ibuki killed both Kazuichi and Fuyuhiko, she had a handbag in the conference room. So what's the deal with the other at the scene of the crime?
The only reason why there was another handbag whoever brought that bag received another one as a bonus prize. Which means it's not impossible to use that bag in two separate places.
What? What are you talking about?
It seems that Ibuki's disparities has got her caught.
Blah 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 blah.
Ibuki, it's already over. After Nagito goes over your crime from the beginning and show that you have no arguments left. Please, just admit it already. In the end, at least let him believe in you.
The key to this incident is the surveillance camera video that me and Hajime saw. That's why I'm starting with that to unravel the knots of this crime. Me and Hajime were waiting at the lobby at the hospital while Hakane was trying to be cured, Ibuki wasn't in the room, and Kazuichi wasn't with us for some reason. Me and Hajime noticed a specific thing in the lobby. The incoming signal light on the surveillance monitor was blinking ahead of the scheduled time. When we switched on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a person wearing a hospital gown and a bag on their head, about to hang themselves right at that moment. That surveillance camera unit was designed for two-way communication with the hospital and the music venue. That's why we thought the signal originated from the music venue. I immediately headed over there, while Hajime warned the ones at the hospital. That was the killer's strategy. In truth, that video was recorded in a different place. Killer brought the music venue camera at night before it made the preparations in advance. And then they filmed that video in the hospital conference room. By doing so, they tried to make me think that the incident was happening in real time. When in fact, the crime had already been committed by that point. The person in the footage wearing the bag was actually a killer acting as a fake. I didn't know that, so I went to the music venue and found Kazuichi's whole body wearing a bag on his head. Seeing the body before me, I panicked and rushed out of there to get the rest of you guys. But that's also part of the killer's trap. After clearing the conference room, the killer saw me run out of the music venue and went in there themselves. Because they swapped places with me, it was their turn to tamper with the evidence. First, the killer peeled off the wallpaper, covering one of the stage pillars, revealing Yukiko's body. When I first arrived and saw Kazuki's body, I didn't notice anything strange about the pillar. I didn't expect to be slightly larger from the wallpaper or Yukiko's body hidden inside. Then the killers destroyed the surveillance camera that was used in the conference room. And then mixed it with what was left on the surveillance monitor found at the crime scene. The surveillance camera the killer used was originally bought by the music venue, but when they brought it, they made sure to destroy its monitor beforehand. They wanted to hide the face that the camera wasn't at the crime scene. And then the killer transformed the crime scene into a closed room. They broke one of the drumsticks in the storage room and placed it near the music venue's entrance. And they did this in the mislead us into believing that the music venue was locked from the inside. And finally, the reason the music venue became a closed room was because of the glue. The killer sealed the door with glue and intentionally created a closed room that wouldn't be forced open. However, because me, Hajime, Mayu, and Chiaki were heading to the music venue, the killer ruled to make sure we didn't see them change into their normal outfits. And then when we all were forced in the music venue door, but despite the fact the killer personally sealed in, the killer made us discover not just Kazuki's body, but Yukiko's suddenly present body as well. We were all surprised on this, but the killer was relieved their plan worked out while having the spare disease. Isn't that right, Ibuki? This crime was orchestrated by you, wasn't it?
Does she now that she blew up everything? Sorry.
I guess she can't accept her defeat.
Whoa there! Before that, I'm looking up your time.
A plus.
It seems your argument has reached a conclusion. So, let's proceed to our regularly scheduled voting time. Please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be the chosen as the bracket? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong choice? Let's go! Now then, it may be obvious at this point. You got it right once again. That's like 3 in a row. That's right, the true identity of the horrifying Blacken who killed Kazuichi Soda and Fuyuhiko Kuzuryu is the ultimate musician, Ibuki Miura.
You gotta be shitting me. Are you saying Ibuki, the one who had to be cured with me, was the one who killed him? Don't joke around with me, Ibuki. Did you really do this? Did you plan this all along? Or did the despair disease make you do it? It was the despair disease.
Spare disease?
Because when Ibuki got it, when Monaco announced the motive, got it. I wasn't what I acted. So maybe the despair disease that I got made me kill both Kazuichi and Fuyuhiko. I'm a bit tired, but let's hope Akane and Ibuki feel alright since they have the despair disease. Huh? Wait, why are you in here? And why do you have a rope? You know what Ibuki's gotta do, what Ibuki's gotta do. Ah! And it was at that moment that I used something that knocked out Kazuichi. And it wasn't the rope that knocked Kazuichi out, it was a wooden plank. That despair disease. It made you commit murder? Yes. Go ahead, Monokuma. Just do it.
Now then, I have prepared a special punishment for the ultimate musician, Ibuki Miura.
Ibuki's know the despair disease digged Ibuki's own grave. It's over.
Let's give it everything we got. It's punishment time!
It's finished. The killer who killed Kazuichi so that Fuyuhiko could surreal was Ibuki Miura. She's been executed. She committed her crime because she was affected by the disease at the time.
Was Ibuki the traitor or not?
That's not the case. Ibuki was not the traitor. The traitor is still alive. Who cares about traitor talk? I'm tired. Class trial is over. You can head back to your cottages.
When I went back to my cottage, I noticed mine was completely different from what it used to be. I got a massive overhaul from the last time I seen it. Did I get that when we were all attending the class trial?